Welcome back to another GeekaWhat video. In today's video I'm taking you over the best £350 gaming PC build for the months of November and December 2015. This build is easily capable of smashing your favourite titles such as World of Warcraft, League of Legends, Minecraft and CSGO at well over 100 frames per second at 1080p, and some of the AAA titles such as GTA 5, The Witcher 3, all that sort of stuff, 1080p 30 to 60 frames per second. So without any further ado, let's get straight into it. This build provides a huge performance increase over my £300 build, like seriously, absolutely massive. But if you can only afford the £300 build, the link will be in the description below as always. So without any further ado, let's get straight into the parts list. The CPU I went for is the AMD Athlon X4 860K, comes out the box at 3.7 GHz, it's a quad-core CPU and is easily overclockable on the motherboard we've gone for, so you can get a bit of free performance out of it if you like, even on the free stock included CPU cooler. I personally own the CPU myself, been very happy with it. It isn't the strongest quad-core by any means, however it isn't a weak quad-core either, and for £53 it is a perfect buy. For the motherboard, I went for the GeekaWhat GA-F2A78M-HD2. It's a micro ATX motherboard with an FM2 Plus socket. The motherboard is much better than the name they've given it. Quite why it needs to be that long, I do not know. It's the A78M chipset with an FM2 Plus socket, as I said, in a micro ATX form factor, which basically means you're not paying a premium for large, you're not paying a premium for small, you're getting something bang in the middle. It's got all the functionality, USB 3, PCI 3, everything you could possibly need on a motherboard for £35. For the RAM, I went for 8 GB of Kingston HyperX Fury. You can get this in blue, black, white or red. I've gone for a blue one in this the part picker link, which is linked as always in the description below. No need for anything faster than DDR3 1600. I really trust this RAM, never had a single problem with it, and for £35 it's another steal of a purchase. DDR3 is super cheap lately. When I got my 8 GB of DDR3 about 2 years ago, I paid about £75 and it's gone down to £35, which really is an incredible deal. For storage, I went for a AMD Caviar Blue. Many people prefer the AMD Caviar Blues over something like the Seagate Barracuda, purely because people feel they're more reliable. I don't have a problem with either drive. If you can go for either one, 1TB, 1000 GB is more than enough storage, 7200 RPM, and for £40, everything is just dropping in price. I paid £46 for my hard drive. My AMD Caviar Blue had no problems with my Caviar Blue or with my Seagate Barracuda, so great drive there. For the video card, I went for the brand new GTX 950. I've owned the 750 Ti for a long time, and it's nice to see that Nvidia are updating their 50 series, if you like. GTX 950 is an incredibly solid card. I love EVGA's versions, and especially their superclock ones, because they provide a good value of balance and performance. It's got 2 GB of VRAM, which isn't a huge amount of VRAM, but it's nothing, you don't need anything more really for 1080p. And for £128, and it goes down, it will go down a lot over the coming weeks, then this is a great card to buy. For the case, I went for the Thermaltake Versa H23 as opposed to the 21 or the 22 that I've used in some of my previous builds. This one's got a side panel window, top ventilation, rear exhaust, front intake, all the lot you could possibly want. ATX mid-tower case for £27. For the power supply, I beefed it up a little bit in comparison to my 200, 250 and £300 gaming PC builds. I went for a 500 watt as opposed to a 430 watt power supply from EVGA. EVGA do some really solid stuff which strikes a really great balance between value and performance. It's 80 plus certified, which means it's guaranteed to run above 80% efficiency, so it's essentially always going to output over 400 watts at 20, 50 and 100% load scenarios. That is done by an external company, and the 80 plus certification is the standard across the board of power supplies, and for £30 the 500 watt power supply gives you over 220 watts of headroom as well for any later upgrades that you want to put in. And that wraps it up for my £350 gaming PC build for the months of November and December 2015. If you're watching this in December, have a great Christmas, and make sure to tweet me at GeekaWhat and subscribe to never miss a thing. But yeah, that is this build, and it's absolutely great. Best you can get for £350. Thank you very much for watching, and we'll see you in the next GeekaWhat video.